Hey, what's going on? I'm just trying to get myself organized. I got an email from Paul from the UK. Was asking about an example in my book. I think it's page 15. He was talking about this riff, which this is an important riff to me because everything's got a story with me. Oh, here it is. I gotta tell it. I'll make it quick. When I was about 14, I got on my little bicycle and rode downtown, bought this book, and it had that riff in it. And I was really suspicious of music teachers because basically, to me, music teachers used to kind of, they were bullies, I would say. I didn't like music class, but I'm like, all right, man, I'm going to try it. And it was tablature way back in the 70s. And I read this riff. I'm like, man, this is more, I hate to say it, but more of I just thought it was a scam. I just thought music teachers were bad. But I started playing it, and man, it really did help me. So the riff sounds like this. I'm going to do it just straight up, and then I'm going to add the drum machine. I got kind of a hot cooking tone here. And I'm like, what is this? That really did set me on a path to being able to play a little bit. Well, here's the drum machine. Let's see if I can play it with that beat like Okay, so the riff is G. Start with a low G. I'm going to get rid of that rat, low G, and this kind of middle sounding G. Then the F, then D. Those are the notes on the G riff. The C, call that your 4 chord. If G is the 1, C is your 4. It's the 4th note in a G scale. So that's your C. Same thing, just one string over. I know it's pretty simple, but still, this is great. I'm glad Paul asked because this is a good riff for just getting used to moving around. All right. So that's your 4 chord. Then you go back to the 1 chord for 2 bars. Then you got your 5 chord. Gets a little more exciting. The 5 is the 5th note in a G scale. Same thing, just up at the 5th fret. Alright, so my drum machine did not swing. That was a straight beat. So I'm playing it really straight, but you could really put some kind of bounce to it. So you can really kind of jazz that up if you were inclined to do so. All right. So you can also double them like And you can put fills in there. You know, the trick would be to play that and add some leads, solos. Let's see if I can do that. Well, that wasn't the greatest thing I ever did, but it's still just trying to illustrate that you can keep the riff idea going and then insert licks, which might be, you can start with the G blues scale or chord tones over each chord. Wow. So chord tones would be, well, the scale would be. There's your blues scale. I can break that down if anybody wants me to. Or the chord tones would be like thinking about a G7 chord. Your C. And D. Those are the notes of each chord, the G7, the C7, and the D7. I can break those down if anybody wants to know. If you already know all about that, don't worry about it. But chord tones, again, are the notes of the chord. Maybe played one at a time if you want to. You could play, if you played them all at the same time, it'd just be a chord. But chord tones are kind of, to me, it's like kind of isolating them and thinking about them individually. Here's a G7. I'll do another. It sounds epic to me. It sounds so proper. That's expressing a G7 one note at a time. I'll just fill in what that is. G, B, D, F. Repeat. G, B, D, F notes, which are all over the neck. So if a G7 chord is happening or a G7 riff, you can play those notes and you don't really have to play anything else and you will sound like you know what you're doing at least. Versus scale, you can get into some trouble if, let's say, you know your scale, and not all notes will match all chords in the progression. Say like a G7, and in the scale, that's a C. That sounds kind of weird if you keep playing that C. That's the fourth of the scale over this G7 chord. It kind of wants to resolve down to the third, maybe. The third is B. The C is not in the scale. Or the chord, sorry. I mean, that might move. But if you stay on it, that's like, wow, why are you hitting that note? I don't like it. But, a root is going to sound good. A fifth, a third, a flatted 7 they'll just dovetail right in the chord. It'll sound really good. But anyhow, I'm obviously getting carried away. Thank you for asking. Paul's over in the UK, and this is one of my books. It's got all kinds of basic riffs, blues, leads, a lot of fun stuff in it. And it's pretty tidy, printed. There's really no handwritten stuff. It's all using Guitar Pro, so it looks fairly professional. It's got a little, what do we got here? It's got a table of contents even. Anyhow, these are $20. And I am donating, if anybody buys 10 books, the next 10 books I sell, I'm going to donate to my school, which helps kids out. Also, I will donate half of the money to Unleashed, which is the place I adopted my cat from. They rescue a lot of cats and get them adopted. And so we're going to help the kitties. The next 10 book sales I make, it all goes straight to Unleashed. So they cost me a little bit to print, so I'm donating that plus the profit for charity. So anyway, I'm not all bad, but I'm pretty bad. All right, man. Don't forget it, and thanks a lot. Good luck with that G riff and soloing.